Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, I'm sharing an anonymous dream that has to do with exploding grandmas, giant moons, and werewolves.
Ow!
Yikes.
And we've got crazy catnaps for you this week about toilet monsters and, of course, lava slides, plant hugs.
Yay.
Don't forget about nail pubes and how to keep that under control.
Very important.
Stay tuned because I'm going to talk to you about a newish therapy called Cuddle Sanctuaries.
I'm already feeling happy. All right, bestie. Grab your best friend, give him a big old cuddle hug, and let's get started.
Woo! Hi, Mindy.
Well, hey, Brooke, Jennifer, Althouse. What was your confirmation name?
Catherine.
Brooke, Jennifer, Catherine, Althouse.
What was yours?
It was Mindy, Lee, Elizabeth, Fleur, Pollock. No.
Well, but I just wanted your confirmation.
I'm confirming it was Elizabeth, St. Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth. I was Catherine.
It's fun. If you're like a Catholic, you get to pick a whole new middle name when you confirm.
And it's supposed to be the name of a saint or like the name of your sponsor. And my sponsor was named Kathy, but I changed the whole spelling. I'm like, I don't want the C. I want the K, and I don't want...
Of course you do.
I'm like, I want it to be Kathryn. So like, I just kind of like...
because you love your name spelling.
I had to make up my own confirmation name spelling.
I love how the trend is changing for married couples too, to like make new last names,
like
combined
the names.
Last name.
Yeah,
I love it.
That
Do
too.
it. Change your name. Why not? If you're gonna change your name today, Brooke, what would it be?
Like my first name?
Yeah, your first name. What would you...
I wouldn't actually.
You like Brooke?
And the reason is because I didn't like it growing up. So it took a lot for me to finally love it.
Yeah.
So now I want to keep it because there aren't that many.
That's so cute.
And like, so when I was a kid, I think I've talked about this, I couldn't find my name on anything, like a keychain. Yeah. And so it was devastating as a kid.
Yes. I agree. I had the same problem. Mindy was not a common name.
You get a little older and then you appreciate that it's a little different. So I kind of really like it now. But would you change Mindy?
Well, we did have nicknames in high school, and it was, but I was Heather Jordan.
I was Heather Taylor. Yeah.
So
Taylor and Jordan?
Taylor and Jordan. Welcome to the new podcast about dreams with Jordan and Taylor. Here
Hi.
we go. Let's start.
I'm Taylor.
And I'm Jordan. And right now we're going to read some dreams to you about lots of stuff.
Okay.
We're going to start with a dream that came to us via Reddit.
Ooh.
So this is someone who was looking for some interpretation on Reddit, and we messaged back and forth, and we got talking about the podcast, and they would like their dream interpreted. So interpreted. Either way, we're going to do it.
Okay.
They wanted to remain anonymous, but they did say that we could use their Reddit username, which was Tenacious G.
Tenacious D.
G.
G, like Tenacious D, but Tenacious.
But with G.
G.
Yeah, G. And they just say they're from the U.S. Okay. So again, I don't know gender, so we're just going to kind of keep this neutral.
We'll just call G. We'll say G.
G. Okay, G works for me. Here we go. G says, bear with me as I'm on mobile, and I'm sorry for any mistypings. Trigger warning for the graphic nature of the stream.
Ooh.
All right, bestie, just remember if there's any content warnings, they're always going to be in our show notes. Make sure to check it out. If there's a dream you want to skip, you can do that. All right. This was something from a couple months ago when I was going through chemo. And I'm only able to recall so much. The dream started with me driving up to some old, decrepit cabin in the middle of nowhere to meet up with a family having some sort of troubles. I'm going to say from the bat, G is an amazing writer.
Oh, good. Oh, I like when I go on an adventure with the dreamer.
I have no clue why I'm called upon, but I'm just rolling with it. I get out of the vehicle. I drove an old wood-paneled station wagon.
Oh, a Woody.
And I go in the cabin.
Remember those
old
Woodies?
Woody. Oh. Did you ever have, your parents ever have one?
No, but we had the P-Wagon. It just didn't have the wood siding.
Yeah, you had the station wagon, just not the wood siding. That was too much. That was extra.
Yeah.
Can you imagine paying extra for wood paneling on the outside of your car these days? Like, that's just...
That could be something that could come back. I could totally see that, something coming back.
Just like flare leggings that my kids bought me for Christmas. They could come back.
Flare leggings? Like boot cut?
Yeah, I got like boot cut leggings, and they're fabulous. I'm like,
so
why
like
would we ever go to
like
skinny?
Yoga pants, kind of.
Yeah, old school. Yeah,
those
fabulous.
were my favorite. God bless your girls.
But we should bring back the wood paneled cars. Definitely. Okay, so G walks up to the cabin. As I knocked, a young lady answered the door, and I'm asked to come in. So I do, and I'm led to the living room with the rest of the family: a father, a mother, and 2 daughters.
Okay.
Which one had let me in, and the other was maybe in their 20s, and a grandmother that looked like she was at the end of her life.
Oh, no.
We don't know why we're here. G doesn't know why they're here. We just don't know what's happening.
It's all a mystery.
The problem appeared to be with the grandmother. She had been rambling or drawing or painting some odd, archaic stuff for some reason I had the answers to, and I needed to come and investigate it.
Oh, gee, what is your position in life? Like, what is your career that you have to come and
Art curator?
Art curator?
I still have no clue what my role is in this dream. Maybe it was the cocktail of drugs I was on when I was barely clinging to life that caused this instantly vivid dream. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
At some point, Granny goes crazy while I'm talking to the rest of the family and ends up with enough energy to basically exorcist crawl into the back of my station wagon.
Wow. Like
that
on her back? Like a back bend crawl? Oh.
Ew.
I got to get
Granny.
to the station wagon.
Like she was practically dead. Now she's back. She's doing the crab crawl?
I mean, that's impressive.
Very. At this point, the whole family is freaking out, trying to chase after her and catch her. But it's like she went feral, and she was scratching and biting at anyone who got close.
Oh, no. Grandma's got rabies.
Granny rabies. It got to the point when the father had to run inside the cabin to grab something. As he was inside, something had apparently went south. I looked to see what the father had run inside to grab, but as I looked back at Granny, she was sprawled out in the back of the station wagon, which she destroyed. At this point, she started yelling something about the moon. I can't remember what, but definitely something about the moon.
Wow. The moon aggravates a lot of people.
Yeah.
Damn you, moon!
Damn
Controlling
you.
the tides!
Making babies be born! Fucking with my equilibrium! I bet that's what she was exactly screaming.
Yeah, that had to be it.
As she was yelling, she quite literally exploded. Blood and viscera completely covering the inside of my station wagon, and all that was left of Granny was legs, arms, and her head.
Well, if it weren't destroyed already, it sure as fuck is now.
Nasty. Did you put a deposit on that rental station wagon?
Yeah. Does Granny have that blowing up insurance? You know, you have to get that special.
Oh, that life. Oh, it's a special underwriting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a pre-existing condition of blowing up.
Semi-blowing up. We got to disclose that.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Given what had happened, everyone, including myself, started to freak out.
Yeah.
We started vomiting and crying, and we all ran back inside the cabin. As I was closest to the vehicle at the time, I was covered in blood and felt pretty disgusting. Why'd you have the windows down? You should have just... Yeah. Granny, you just roll them up, and then that wouldn't have happened.
Maybe the explosion burst the windows out.
Oh, God. That's a big granny explosion.
Well, we're not sure. We don't know how big she was or how big the explosion was.
Now, this is where things get awfully fuzzy, and honestly, I wished I wrote this whole thing down while it was still fresh in my head. The majority of the dream, I am running through the woods. I'm still covered in blood, and I'm pretty cold. It seemed I was chasing or running from a huge, full moon in the sky as it slowly grew in size and became red.
Ooh, probably
Granny
not
was right.
good.
Granny she was trying to warn you.
She knew the moon was up to no good.
The moon, for some reason, was freaking people out more than the granny randomly exploding or me running around covered in blood. Everyone was more concerned about the moon. I think I'd be more concerned about exploding grandmas.
Yeah.
At some point, I did reach a tiny town or village that had a small community of people, and they were scrambling around, screaming at the moon and trying their best to run home or seek shelter. What
is screaming at it gonna do?
Damn you, moon! Not again! I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe.
Because I had no clue what's going on, I had taken shelter in some passenger boxcar that was sitting on train tracks that ran through the small town. As I get in, 4 or 5 other guys batten down the hatches and try to get everything secure. After it seemed like we were in the clear, we heard a loud thud smash against the car.
Oh, no.
After a few more bangs around the boxcar and even louder crash, I looked up and saw these claws that had pierced its way through.
Oh.
The claws quickly had slashed open through the metal boxcar and appeared a beast.
Not good. Not a good place to be trapped with a beast that can cut through steel.
But those were some big claws.
Big claws.
A very big lycanthrope. Lycanthrope. Do you know what that is?
Lycanthrope?
I had to look it up. Lycanthrope. I looked it up. It's a werewolf.
I thought they were called lichens.
Lycanthrope?
Or just lichens. Maybe lichen is short.
Lycanthrope.
Maybe lichen is short for lycanthrope.
A very large lycanthrope, which is also known as a werewolf, beast, maybe 12 or so feet high, black fur and absolutely dripping with blood, was towering over the boxcar. Though it had to crouch to get through the car, it grabbed and tore through everyone in the car. I basically sat there watching as the beast ripped apart and started feasting on everyone.
Snacks. You get that snack pack on the train.
Yeah. Well, when it's like a midnight, the full moon's out and you get kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Kind of go have that midnight snack.
Well, just imagine if you're a werewolf. You've got to get that craving taken care of.
At some point, it had made eye contact with me, and that's when I woke up. I got a little extra from G here, and this is what they add. I rarely have dreams this vivid to the point where I'm able to remember them even years after having them. But this definitely is one of them.
Wow.
Like I mentioned earlier, this was in the middle of my battle with cancer and my chemo. At this point in my battle, I was on round 2 of playing Ding Dong Ditch with death.
Oh, honey.
I'm not sure if it had played a part in this dream or if it was a mix of all chemo, pain, and psych meds that played into that part. Either way, I thought I'd share. Thank you for reading this, and please forgive all my grammatical and spelling errors. No, I will not fix them. Yes, I am lazy, but I am okay with that. If you liked how messed up my mind is, I will gladly share more of these vivid dreams I've had. Some graphic and others not so much.
First of all, yes, please share more. We loved it. And G, we just give you our best wishes. We hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling good and moving forward in your journey of
surviving,
surviving,
full of life. Yeah, surviving.
Yeah,
that's it.
Share with us.
And this dream is all about surviving. I mean, that's really what this dream comes to. But let's start on page 1.
On page 1 of 20.
Well, just like G's going through in real life, it's a journey. This dream is a journey.
a journey of survival.
Of survival, but starts where they don't know that they're even on a journey.
No,
They're literally walking into a cottage.
Not knowing why.
Why am I here? And I think as you're dealing with something like an illness or a cancer, you're asking why me, right? Why am I here? But also in that journey, maybe you're asking why me? And I think that can be brought through in your dreams. Why is it me that has to be here? Why am I having to deal with this?
Also, G doesn't know why they're supposed to be there, but they still know that they need to be there. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah. And they said, yeah, I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in this place now and I'm going to have to roll with that. And I think that's pretty telling of the journey that they're on in life.
Now. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about Grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
Crazy old. I mean, she's not crazy because the warning she was giving about the moon really came to fruition in the second part.
Yes. And Grammy did not start off quite so psychotic, right? She wasn't. She said she was old.
Old and close to death.
Yes, but not feral.
Just went crazy. Like something
Grammy
made
crazy.
Grandma wake up and just be like, I have to warn the world or these people in this cabin about what's going to happen.
Exactly.
It's like Grandma's last hurrah. And she's just got like this like spit and vigor all of a sudden. It came out of nowhere. She's not giving up. She's not dying yet. And if she's going to go out, she's going to go out on her terms, which means exploding her head, trying to warn people about what's going to happen.
And those are her damn terms.
She went out with a bang, literally. But what do you think it means? Why was it so graphic? Why was Grandma's demise so graphic?
Well, like we always say, if something is that graphic, it's to draw attention to something in particular in that dream. I mean, that was pretty, pun intended, explosive. But yeah, what are you thinking? Like, is it because it's something so big that we really need to look at?
Yes. It could be like that. And also, your body's under attack right now, G. Yes. Like, your body is literally under attack. So is it just that feeling of, I feel like my body wants to explode. It wants to, like, just get rid of whatever's in it right now.
Yeah.
The moon. Oh, the moon. We're getting into the moon now.
Oh, the moon.
Across the board, as far as dream interpretation goes, interpreting the moon as a symbol is pretty across the board the same, which I found. It often has to do with your emotional state.
Absolutely.
Because like the tides, they bring you in. It's like it's a magnetic pull, pulling your emotions closer to the surface. So G felt like running from this. We're almost running from the emotion, I would think. You're like, I don't want to deal with the moon. I know I'm dripping in blood. I'm going to run as fast as I can and hide from whatever this emotion is I'm trying to deal with right now.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, G doesn't have any choice really but to fight the physical nature of it. But if G doesn't want to deal with the emotional part of it,
two different parts.
They can run from that part,
But this brings up an idea in my head just now. Is if you don't deal with that emotional part, if you don't deal with the moon, what comes of it? The werewolf. Like that, if you bottle up those emotions, don't those emotions just kind of grow and just come to a boiling point where anything and everything in its path, it can be destroyed?
Yes.
And maybe that's kind of like the moon earlier represents the emotions. The werewolf, as it comes to be, is the pent-up emotional energy that maybe G is feeling.
Oh, gosh. Good one, Mindy.
You totally brought me to that. And he tries to shelter in place. He's like boxcaring children it up right in the little boxcar there, trying to hide from the emotion, perhaps. And it's you can't hide from that. You can't hide from an emotion that big. You can't hide with that.
It will literally tear you apart.
From the inside out.
Yes. With giant werewolf claws.
And the very, very last part of the dream was the eye contact that G said that the werewolf made. So it was almost like a recognition, like, you need to deal with me now or things are going to go really south for you. Like, it was almost like a threat, I felt.
No, I didn't think of it like that until you just said that, but you're right. Eye contact, and it's like, You're next. You're
You have
next
to
unless
deal
you
with this.
deal with this. Wow, yes.
G, we appreciate your dream. We appreciate you being so open and honest because that's not something easy to share.
No.
So thank you for letting us share your story on the podcast. We hope we brought a little bit of interpretation to it, and we really hope the best on your journey to recovery because you're going to kick the shit out of this cancer.
Kick the shit out of it.
You're going to explode this cancer like it's grandma.
Yeah, explode that grandma cancer.
Thanks so much.
Thank
I don't know how to come back from that.
I don't know how
Thank
to-
you.
Thanks.
Explode that grandma cancer.
I got angry.
I know. Cancer makes me angry. It's okay. It's okay to deal with those emotions. We know you have to deal with those anger emotions.
I don't want the werewolf. So thank you so much, G, for sharing that amazing dream. And there's lots and lots and lots of fun stuff coming up for REMelations here, people.
Wow.
If you want to
Wow.
support the show, it's a good
Sorry.
time. I know, Mindy's already.
I just interrupted you because I was so excited.
This is exciting times.
Yeah.
Now, if you remember last year, we went to the most amazing podcast festival in Elgin, Illinois. It's called Dark Matters, and we're going again this year.
Yes.
Just around the corner, you guys. You can go to remelations.com/live to get information on the show. It's going to be February 24th, and it's going to be spectacular. It's a lot of fun.
You can see a live show. A live
show. And you get to see other live shows and cool little artisans and merchants and stuff. It's a really fun time, you guys. It's a great way to support us, too.
Out. That brings us to catnaps. Brooke, you know what catnaps are. We've been through this 116 times, but our new besties might not know.
Yes.
Catnaps is a part of the show where we read a bunch of listener dreams that have to do with anything. Nightmares, dream stories, short one sentences. We don't analyze them. We just have fun sharing your dreams and dream stories. So let's get started. Brooke,
Okay.
it's your turn. Let's have you talk.
Mindy.
What?
Oh, my God, Mindy.
Yes.
The name of this dreamer is Jordan.
Okay. No.
We were just talking about our
Love
nicknames
it.
from high school.
Yep, love it. Let's hear what Jordan has
From
to say.
Santa Monica.
Oh, lovely.
When I was younger, say 7 or 9, I had a recurring dream about being eaten by a toilet. I know, right?
Damn it.
This only happened because of the film Look Who's Talking.
Yes.
With that toilet
Classic.
scene. Do you remember that toilet scene where they were trying to get
the
him?
blue
Yeah,
furry.
it's like, "Ah!" It was scary. It scared me.
Besties, if you haven't seen Look Who's Talking, classic John Travolta and Christy Alley dream.
Hashtag, what does John Travolta dream?
How have we not done Johnny Boy yet? Johnny man, sir.
Please.
Mr. Travolta.
Please.
We'd like to know what you dream. And being in the Scientology, we also want to know what your take on dreams in general is.
We have lots of questions for you. Maybe you should
lots of
just come on the show sometime and we'll just get them all taken care of.
Yep.
Just
we could just all at the same time.
Give us a jingle. We'll catch you on the jangle.
Just let us know, please. Look Who's Talking. But it was a classic movie, Bestie, about... how would you explain this? It is a perspective of a baby.
Yes.
Pretty much. I mean, pretty much a perspective from a baby from
Yes.
conception on.
Quite literally
That's
from conception
pretty much
on.
what it is. And there was a very scary scene where this young child walks in the bathroom to learn how to use the toilet, and the toilet comes alive and starts like
it's like a blue monster,
evil.
like
It's like a monster toilet.
very upsetting.
You know. It was a scary scene.
It was a scary
even as
scene.
a young adult.
Yeah, and I remember it. You remember it. So obviously Jordan remembers it.
Yeah. And John Travolta probably remembers it too.
I bet.
Johnny Boy.
This scene really freaked me out. So from then on, I kept having these dreams. Even when I was not near the toilet would stretch its tongue for miles and miles and wrap around
What's the tongue?
and drag me all the way home. No. And it said...
Toilet tongue? I don't need a toilet tongue.
Jordan says, yes, it also had a tongue for some reason. Not
exactly
only
my
a
point.
toilet tongue, a tongue?
Like, why is there a toilet tongue? That thing, you can't scrub the germs off of that. I mean, you used to use like the toilet brush, like a toothbrush, and just get the tongue real good. I don't know how it works.
Get the tongue real. Months later, I got used to it, yet I still had it recurring over and over, like 2 or 3 times a month. So every time I would see the toilet in the dream, I would be like, oh, hey, you again, and talk to it.
Hey, toilet, leave me alone. I know I'm dreaming.
Hey, dude,
just keep your tongue in your mouth.
We've been through it, but let's just be cool tonight, okay? I just want to sleep tonight. Let's not get into it. Being 16 now, I have not seen that toilet in years. I guess it would be great to see it again, just to say hey.
I love it.
Thank you, Jordan. That was a cute
Jordan. Love it. And thank you for listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
So young, 16. Mm-hmm. Sorry about all the swear words and the sexual references.
I'm a little
We're just like
sorry.
Your cool older aunts.
Yeah, I'm a little sorry, but not really.
Not too sorry.
Not too sorry.
But I hope the toilet dreams come back in a nice way.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
This dream is from Savannah from Schaumburg, Illinois.
Yay!
I have weird dreams almost every night. This is what I remember about the one I had last night. I was in Las Vegas.
Nice.
At the Luxor Casino.
Okay.
By the way, it looked nothing like the Luxor. And most people and places in my dream rarely look accurate at all, but in my dream brain, this is where I was. Now, if you don't know the Luxor in Las Vegas, it's a pyramid.
Yeah.
And so
kind of hard to mistake for anything else.
Right. Very, very unique look. The escalator is going up, but it doesn't have a rail on one side. I step onto it, and it's going up. I look back at my mom, and 2 young kids are about to step on. They get on fine, but the whole time I'm afraid that the kids will fall off the side. We go up a little, and one of the kids pulls their little brother's shirt to keep him from falling off the side. I blink, and the kids are back at the bottom somehow.
Okay. Okay.
This time I see a couple of missing steps on the escalator. Like the 3rd and the 4th step is missing. They're about to step back. I yell. The mom looks and sees them, and she panics. I just remember us saying, no, 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 not the kids. Why are they at a casino anyways? Don't bring your kids to casino. Don't bring your kids to Las Vegas. It's not necessary.
No.
They
say it's a family place, and there are lots of things.
They really tried to push it. They really tried to push it with Circus
fun
Circus.
As an adult, you know?
Yeah, no, don't. There's just too much weed. There's too much drinking. Kids
too much porn.
They don't need too much porn. That was a surprise.
Yeah, it's all over the sidewalks. Everywhere.
I mean, the porn. They call them porn slappers.
Is that?
Have you ever heard that term?
No.
Porn slappers, where they go to they hand you something and they slap you, and it's a porn advertisement. Porn slappers.
I did not know. Porn slappers.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
No, not the kids. And they look up at us, a little scared and confused and not sure what to do. And then I woke up. So again, don't bring your kids to Vegas.
Nope.
I think that's the lesson we can all learn here.
And
they're going to fall off the escalator at the Luxor.
That happens every day.
I do need a good trip back to Vegas, though. Man, it's been a little bit. So if you walk into a casino, say any casino on the strip of Las Vegas, what is your go-to? What do you like playing? What are you going to go do?
Slots.
You play the slots. Now, do you like traditional slots, or do you like the video rumble seat slots?
I love the ones that have the video, the bonuses. I love the Goonies machine.
Oh, the
where
Goonies.
It shakes and then you play this skull keyboard and you have One-Eyed Willie and it's making the noises and it's blowing air.
You've got a favorite. I love it.
I mean, I love the ones. There was one I played where I had to grab bubbles, like legit 3D bubbles flying at me. It was
Oh, that's fun.
I'm too scared to play the tables, but I have a feeling you do.
Mark likes playing blackjack. He loves blackjack. I will play roulette. Roulette's fun, but I like video poker.
Like,
just let me sit at a bar top.
That's true.
And play poker.
Those are always the ones that are on the bar.
And it's one of the most, if you play it correctly, is one of the most lucrative. Like one of the highest chances of winning is video poker.
Really?
And so, yeah.
Oh.
So I just like the odds of it, I guess. So yeah, Vegas, definitely fun. Ready to go back. Yes. Live show. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, live show. All right.
You got another one for us.
Madison from Freeport shares with us, all my dreams are weird and fun in some way.
Oh, I'm glad they're all fun.
Yeah.
That's good.
They always had something to do with my current obsession at the time, or were so strange that I could remember them years later. I think that's kind of pretty average. You dream about what you're obsessed about currently.
Yeah.
The most fun one I had was a set of 2 dreams. One when I was 6 and the other 9 years later. Wow.
6 and 15. Got it.
Good job, Mindy.
Thanks.
You did fast math.
I had to look up to find the answer to the left side of my room, but I did find it. 15.
The first dream felt like it lasted months, and it was basically just me and 4 other kids learning to survive in a dimension that isolated us to a single building.
Oh.
Yeah, that just basically is what Madison said.
That's pretty typical. It happens to everyone.
Typical. And there was a winter nightmare surrounding it. But we had to do actual research on how to get home. We had a lava slide, and it was awesome. Until I fell in and woke up. Yeah.
It would be fun.
It'd burn your butt. But it seems like it's a good, viable way since it's a winter nightmare outside. Maybe the lava can
Maybe it was like
help with
72 degrees. That'd be great.
Perfect.
Just the in-between, the lava and the freezing outside.
Yeah, it's a big difference. Mm-hmm. The second one was obviously 9 years later, and I was back in the building that seemed to be abandoned.
Ooh, loved this. Ooh, wow. Ooh.
I know.
Yeah,
I looked around with the feeling of deja vu and eventually found 3 other teens who were very shocked to see me. Yes, it was terrifying, but it was awesome that I saw 3 of the same people from my original dream.
Crazy. Yeah.
Madison, that's cool.
Wait, did she go back down the lava slide?
Doesn't say.
Probably
not, because she fell in last time. She might be learned her lesson.
But it's still fun.
Oh, yes. That was lava slide. The floor is lava.
And so is the slide.
And so is the slide.
I got one here from Joanna from Laneville, Texas.
Okay.
To start off, I was having a pretty rough day yesterday. Lots of crying and feeling defeated as a stay-at-home mom.
Oh.
Just one of those days.
Yeah.
Get it. I get it, girl.
Yeah.
When my husband got home from work, he took care of everything that I couldn't muster enough energy for. Dinner, gave the kids bath, let me just relax, and even surprised me with a snack later on. It was also comforting after a long, stressful day, and I felt so thankful.
Sweet.
Joanna, you have an amazing husband.
Yes.
That's what it should be.
Yes, it should be.
It's not 50-50 all the time. It's 90-10 some days, and that's what he was doing for you, and I love that for you. Mm-hmm. So, on to the dream.
Okay.
In real life, I have a wait, how do you say this? Pothos plant? Pothos? Pothos?
I don't know what that is.
In real life, I have a pothos plant in my living room that I named Stevie.
Ooh,
Stevie?
Stevie.
I'll let you name your plants.
Pothos.
My mom would do something like that. I kill.
Stevie.
The only plant besides succulents that I've somehow been able to keep alive, and it's doing well.
Good.
Well, in the dream, I was just tending to Stevie, and it's cute. And I noticed her leaves were growing bigger right in front of my eyes.
Wow.
I like that Stevie's a she, by the way.
I like her too.
I love Stevie as a female name. I rotated her, and her stems were getting longer, and new leaves were forming and growing. I was in shock and overjoyed at her growth.
It's like
Suddenly,
Audrey, too.
Oh, a lot nicer, though, I think.
I hope so.
Suddenly, her arms extended towards me, and it wrapped me into what felt like a hug.
Oh, Stevie.
The leaves were like hands, and the stems were like arms. I felt so loved, and it felt like we were connected somehow, like old friends. Just, I don't know.
Rocking in the leaves.
It just felt really comforting and warm.
I love it.
And then I woke up.
Oh, no.
But she does add a little bit more here.
Okay.
I woke up in a great mood today, and I've been significantly better than the day prior. I am so thankful for my husband and for my dream. Aww. I've also grown a greater appreciation for Stevie for sticking around, even with my not-so-green thumb.
Oh,
Smiley
Stevie.
face. Google has nothing on plant hugs, so I'm just hoping someone has an idea what this dream means. I just think it's just a dream. It's just a happy dream, Joanna.
It's
you're loved. You're just loved.
You're just loved. And Stevie is appreciating the care and love you give her, and she just wants to share it back.
And your husband's taking care of you.
Yes.
You've got a good life. Just
and
embrace
that's
it.
a real story. That's not even part of the dream. That
Love
was
it.
just real life.
Man, we've had a few dreams about weird things giving you hugs, like giant birds, turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're on plants. So I think that's an interesting recurring theme we've had so far. All right, moving on from plant hugs, which sounds divine. Brooke, do you have something?
I do. It's kind of a short, funny one, but it's
okay.
That's what she said.
Cheers.
This is Dave from Harrisburg.
All right, Davey.
I had just woken
I just like
up.
giving people nicknames. I don't know if they like them or not.
Well, they're getting them. They're getting
Davey,
them.
thank you.
Davey.
You're getting a nickname from me.
I just woken up. My wife handed me a coffee with a grin on her face.
That's also very nice.
Do you have any interesting dreams, dear? She asked.
Oh.
No. Why? Nothing about elephants? No.
Oh, we got soliloquy, don't we?
Cats? This is a very peculiar line of questioning 2 minutes into my day.
Yes.
Giggles, it says. Last night in your sleep, you told me very firmly, no, hun, we're not getting a cat. They won't get along with the elephants. And that's when he woke up.
Oh,
I love those.
You know, it's funny.
I love those.
I think they could get along. I think they're just gentle giant.
Yeah, I think they could get along.
Sweet babe. It's funny, speaking of spouses and sleep, Mark, the other night, this was like 2 nights ago, like hit me in his sleep. Like he was dead asleep. And all of a sudden just like arm flying hits me. And I was like,
ow.
Okay. And I was like, okay, obviously, it's like one of those hypnotic jerks.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, not thinking of anything of it. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, not even 10 minutes later, a few minutes later, it happens again, like arm flailing, just hits me again. I was like, okay. Twice now.
Now I'm waking you up.
I didn't. He was tired, so I let him sleep. And then the next morning, I was like, what did you dream about last night? He's like, well, it's weird. I had this dream I kept slipping on ice. And that's what I'm guessing that's what it's tied to. Like, you know how your arms flail, like you're trying to catch yourself, and he's like hitting me twice. So it happens.
I love it. Didn't you just hit him recently too?
Yeah, it's payback. Yeah, it is.
So.
All right. Well, I'm going to turn a little darker here with a dream from Manda. M-A-N-D-A, Manda.
Oh, Manda. Okay.
From South Lorraine, Ohio. When I was little, I had no idea which age, but no older than 10, I would say. I would have this recurring dream. I also had it a couple of times in my teen years as well. I was on this old playground surrounded by mulch. Mm-hmm. I was the only kid there, unsupervised, completely alone.
Good plan.
All of a sudden, snakes would just start to gather there. Just a few at first, And as I climbed the playground to get away, more snakes would fill the playground. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about this one. I would get higher and higher, and they wouldn't stop coming. I would get to the very top, and I would always look down and watch this huge snake lock on me. Every time. I would wake up just as it was about to touch me with its disgusting face.
Ew, it's my dream.
I think that's why I'm not a big fan of snakes. LOL. From Manda.
Thanks, Manda.
Ooh, Manda. We don't like it.
We don't
Snakes
like
are on
it.
our no dream,
Ooh,
no
I got
fly
the
list.
chills. Just like you can't go anywhere else. You're completely out of room, and you can't
You
jump
can't go
down.
anywhere. You can't do anything. They're just
you can't
gonna climb
jump
it up.
down either. It's like
They climb. No. Ugh.
This is Javier from Scottsdale. I haven't been there in a minute. I love
I'd go.
Scottsdale.
I've never been.
The dream is not so long as far as I remember, but it has had a deep impact on my mind. In this dream, I start walking from my home and reach my school. Actually, I wasn't walking. I was running from something.
I don't want to run to school.
I don't want to run to school or run to school
I'd
away
walk
from
slower,
something.
Actually.
I was running with sweat all over my face. Suddenly, I ran away from my school and reached an unknown place. I was confused where I should go. With this, I saw 2 roads. Of course, there's 2 roads.
There's a choice. Left or wait, stop. Pause. Mm-hmm. What if you have a fork in the road? Are you going left or right? Do you
Are
have
they
something
identical?
that you always
Are they
identical? Just you have to choose left or right.
I always go right. Well, my initial instinct is to go right, but then since that's my initial instinct, sometimes I go left. If that makes sense, because
No, you have to choose one. You're going now. What are you picking? Right now.
Okay, right. What are you picking?
I'm going left.
And is there a reason why? We talked
Just-
about this once, didn't we?
I
Maybe
don't think
it's so hard.
Maybe just probably one of our sleepovers.
Maybe.
Right, usually because I'm right-handed, so I usually pick right, but you read left to right. So left is the first choice. So I'm picking left.
Okay, well, see, I pick right because I'm right-handed, but I read...
Isn't that weird?
It's a Stephen King book called Rose Matter, I think. And she was trying to escape from an abusive relationship, and he was very, very smart. And so she was trying to think of even the smallest ways to trick him. And she got on, I think it was a bus. And she's like, I know people like 90% of the time choose what their dominant hand is.
Really?
So she's like, my husband knows I'm right-handed. I'm going to go to the left. Just like even little details like that he would think something like that. He's so creepy that she chose. So I think it's interesting.
Yeah. No, I think it's right. I think people mostly choose what dominant hand they are. Like my I have 2 left-handed kids. My daughter will always choose left.
Yeah.
She's left-handed.
I don't know. I think it's just your natural instinct, is to...
Well, you're comfortable. It's your comfortable
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, of course.
What does our dreamer do?
2 roads. One road was like a beautiful road, like out of a photograph.
We're out of the woods. We're out of the woods. We're out of the woods.
Now, this was the beautiful road which directly showed my home.
Oh, okay.
And the second
Obvious choice.
is a scary road from where I can't see anything. Okay, Javier, what's the problem here? What's the question here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still choosing left. I'm still going dark. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I might be tricked going the other way.
This could be tricky. We don't know.
Could be tricky.
And the most twisted part of this dream was that while choosing these roads to go home, I met an old school friend of mine with whom I'm not much in contact with anymore. I met this friend of mine, and she prompts me to choose this road, which is full of light and showing my way home.
Don't trust you.
I too think that. And why would I take this long, dark road when I have the option of taking this much safer looking road?
Right.
So I enter this road, to my horror, to find out this beautiful road was just a fake scenery. Mindy, you were right. You were right. And I find someone pulling both my legs as hard as possible. And I can never forget the face.
Huh.
The demon was pulling me and hurting me. And that school friend of mine, she just disappears out of nowhere while I'm screaming, and she's just gone.
No.
With sweat fully covering my eyes.
Sweaty eyes.
I opened them to find water for my thirsty throat. I try to sleep, but now I'm wondering if I have woken up from my dream. But who is still pulling my leg?
Oh, no.
And
no.
Here.
Not demon.
Here is the funniest part.
Okay. I hope it's really funny, because it's evil so far.
It was my little sister who had wrapped her hands on my feet while sleeping.
Oh.
And now I knew for sure it was not a dreadful demon, but my cute little sister sleeping with my legs in her hand.
I did like the end of that dream.
It was cute.
It was a cute end
one.
of the dream.
Yeah, it was a cute one.
Oh, good. But I can understand it's like that dream incorporation of your surroundings. Yikes.
Yikes.
I have one more to share with us tonight, and that's from Emma. This is a short and sweet one.
Okay.
And Emma's from San Diego. I've had this dream twice now, and I don't know what it means. It's freaking me out.
Uh-oh.
I was looking at my hands and noticed there was hair poking out through my thumbnail.
Ah!
Gross. And then I looked closer, and I saw lots of curly hair at the base, but under my nail.
Oh! What?
It's like nail pubes.
Thumb pubes. Underneath.
I don't want nail pubes. Gross.
Oh, you got to get that waxed. You got to get that waxed.
You got to get that waxed. I don't know what it's called. It's not a Brazilian. It's like a...
Yeah, what would it be?
Something wax. A Nailzilian wax. You got to get that Nailzilian wax. You know, girl?
Nails.
And then I noticed it under all my fingernails.
Oh, no.
And then I woke up. Emma, we got a nail problem. We got a hair problem. You got to laser that. You got to wax that.
We'll get you taken care of.
We're to get you a discount. We'll work on it. If anyone wants to sponsor the show, we'll see if we can get you a coupon code.
Maybe we could get her a Groupon.
We can find a Groupon. We should do like a what's that? GoFundMe. We should go do a GoFundMe for her nail issue.
Yes.
Because that's embarrassing.
We could have like a telethon.
If you want to help Emma and her
with her nail pube
problem, call 1-800-NAIL-PUBES. Just $1 a day will help Emma with her social life.
$1 a day.
We just gotta get it waxed every day. It grows fast. It grows really fast.
Nail pubes grow faster than regular pubes. It's just a known
thing. Which also grow fast.
Well, nail ones are speedy. They're speedy little things.
Can you imagine? They're coming out the sides of your nail.
You're like,
I
like it natural. Like you have these
I'm a natural girly.
I have like bush nails.
Nail bushes. No, thank you.
Oh, no.
You gotta trim that shit.
Keep it clean, Emma. Keep it clean.
Nail pubes. Oh.
Tenacious G. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your dream. And of course, as always, amazing catnap submissions. We love them all. Keep them coming. All right, Mindy. I've got something to talk to you about today.
Perfect.
I'm sticking on the New Year's kick, New Year, new ideas, new therapies, as I've talked about, but this one's different. They're all a little different, but have you ever heard of Cuddle Sanctuaries?
No, but I'm interested.
Okay, well.
Okay.
Cuddling can help with trauma. So it could be why you're having nightmares or you're not sleeping or other nighttime medical issues or any kind of stresses in your day-to-day life.
So it's not my husband slipping on the ice and trying to smack me in the head.
Nope, that's not
that's
it.
Anti-cuddle therapy.
That's anti-cuddle therapy. And that might work for some people.
Some people might like it.
Might like it.
I was just trying to sleep.
She doesn't like it. Professional cuddling is a form of therapy that combines platonic touch companionship. This unique therapy is more than just hugs. A cuddle therapist must listen, acknowledge, and soothe the client using sensory and communicative skills.
Interesting. Okay. Did not know this existed at all.
Well, it got me, again, this is how it got me thinking. I have seen shows in bigger cities. They do it a lot in like Tokyo. Lots of Japanese cultures have like cat sanctuaries where it's almost like a coffee bar and they're just full of cats and you just go and
you know who I just saw? Someone, was it Orlando Bloom or someone was just recently in Tokyo and was at a cat cafe.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. It's just, you don't adopt them. They live there. You pet them. You maybe read, have a drink, coffee, whatever. And it's like kind of the same
like that idea.
Concept. Yeah. I'm sure they have it with puppies and other cute things, but these are humans.
Huh.
So we totally understand how life gets. I mean, especially these days, if the pandemic has taught us nothing else, we need each other more than ever.
Yeah.
We need to allow ourselves to be cared for. Studies have shown cuddling and snuggling improves overall health.
Agreed.
Yeah. As this practice releases the feel-good hormone oxytocin. Give me some more oxytocin. Oxytocin, I'm going to call it. Oxytocin.
I am a big fan of oxytocin.
This hormone helps you feel all warm and fuzzy inside while also lowering your blood pressure and boosting your immune system.
Both good.
Both good things. So professional cuddlers, which sounds like something I need to look into. I don't think you would really like it.
What?
You might have to touch feet or something, Mindy.
Okay, and just cuddling doesn't involve feet. I mean, but my love language is touch.
Okay, well, maybe we can be professional cuddlers.
I am a big cuddle person.
Okay, well, this could be...
But as long as it's not feet.
Well, guess what? You set the rules, baby.
Okay.
We'll get
waist
to it.
Up. I'm a biggest hugger that you'll ever meet.
We'll get to it. Professional cuddlers are trained to alleviate stress and loneliness with physical touch.
Interesting.
They're certified individuals and they provide therapeutic support through hugs, spooning, and gentle massage.
Oh, just like brush back my hair as we cuddle.
Oh my God. If I could have someone just brush my hair, I think I would not have insomnia anymore. Honestly.
No, if you fall asleep like that?
Like a head
Can you imagine? You could hire someone to come cuddle with you to fall asleep?
Need to start looking
Brooke,
into...
I will do it for a discounted price for you.
What is your discounted price?
$10 a night.
A night? Okay, I'm in.
And a bottle of wine.
Oh, okay.
From our friends.
Parker. Cage boy Parker. I scared a young man tonight. Okay. They build relaxing, welcoming environments and listen to their clients' needs while maintaining boundaries. Okay?
Of course. Good. Yes.
Now, people think, oh, this is kind of weird, but it's not sexual. They're therapists.
Cuddling doesn't have to be sexual at all.
No, not even at all. But these are therapists. They are specifically trained in platonic touch. They do not engage in sexual or romantic touch. The client and the cuddler are fully clothed during a session and waivers. So it has to be platonic consent of each party. And that goes on during your initial consultation. Professional cuddling sessions are an experience that will soothe your spirit and quiet your mind. Sessions can include, like we said, hugging, spooning, even just holding hands, compassionate conversation, or just blissful quiet. Each session is crafted so it's just right for you. You get to decide how much touch, if any, which sounds weird for cuddling, but maybe you just want that conversation.
Someone to be close.
Close, yes. Yeah. The mission is to shift the culture to a more compassionate world that's safe for affection and connection for everyone. So it's a pretty nice idea to have. And there's steps being taken to get there. I mean, it's not going to be for everyone, but I like the
I definitely think it's for some people.
Yeah, and more than 400,000 people from across the world use Cuddle Comfort. So it's not just like a tiny little thing.
Are there places in the U.S. that offer this as like therapeutic?
So yes, there are a few options. So there is the Cuddle Sanctuary, which was the original. And that's kind of like group sessions or retreats, things like that. But you can have individual sessions, like one-on-one too.
I know I have a husband and I can rely on him for cuddle, like my touch. But if I was a single person and I had been through trauma, and physical touch is my love language, I could see how great
powerful this would be, right?
It would. I love that you're doing this topic. I love that you're covering it because
it's important.
I could see myself doing this if I didn't have a person.
It's kind of like the idea of Reiki, like the laying on hands. It's so important to our body, whether you think so or not. Like you don't realize how much physical touch, platonic or otherwise, necessitates your well-being mentally and physically. So the greater challenge is that we also live in a world focused on social media, and time spent interacting face-to-face, as we all know, has fallen dramatically as a result. And that wouldn't really matter if it weren't for the fact that we have an innate need for physical affection. And an absence of that causes tangible harm to our well-being. You know, many people join Cuddle Comfort because they're not interested in having a relationship, but these people have consciously chosen to live the single life, or maybe just currently single. And while it suits their lifestyle, that doesn't change that innate need for affection. So it, like you said, good for being single. Single. Good for being single. Breakups, too. That's another major thing. It often leaves you craving that affection and intimacy. We believe that one significant element of the heartbreak is the oxytocin withdrawal, because you're so used to getting it so much with just being naturally in a relationship that cuddle hormone is not being released in your body, creating that natural high. And so if you've been enjoying that long term, you're not going to have that anymore. And so the oxytocin comes to a halt, basically. And depending on how affectionate your relationship was, it can cause serious shock to your system. Give me my oxytocin.
I'm going to say that to Mark tonight.
Yes,
give me my oxy. No,
give me my oxytocin. My oxytocin.
Give me my oxytocin. Baby, it's time for oxytocin time.
Oxytocin time. Then this is one that I learned that I wouldn't have thought of, but frequent travelers. So initially surprised to see people in relationships join the community, but then discovered that many of these members had jobs requiring frequent traveling around the country or around the world. And this meant that they were geographically prevented from getting the required affection and intimacy from their partner.
That brings up a whole other thing, though. Like, if Mark's traveling for work, which he doesn't have to travel for work, but if he did, and he's like, I'm going to go to a cuddle party, I'd be like, what? I don't think... I think that brings up a whole...
You've got to... Is touch his love language?
No, it's not.
So that would be maybe something for you,
right?
A red flag for you.
So no, his is quality time. So,
but if you were traveling for work and you said, "I'm just going to hire a cuddle therapist just for a couple hours," would he be all right with that? Knowing that
I don't think so.
It's going to be some big conversations for people.
Yeah,
it's about trust. It goes against everything you feel like You should
But I guess if it's in a clinical setting or it's, a therapist provided thing, it's a lot different than it is.
It's still hard.
You're
You're like,
some cuddle therapy.
so again, also helps with nightmares, insomnia, sleep disorders. It can help manage anxiety and depression, communicating boundaries, needs, and wants.
Sure.
Developing a sense of empowerment or have experienced having their agency taken away. So it is also a way to rebuild if you had a trauma, something where you're taking control of your boundaries.
Interesting.
And I'm saying yes to this. I'm saying no to this. And that's okay.
That is an interesting point of it that I didn't even think of until you said it.
I didn't think of it until I read that too. I was like, yes, that makes sense.
Did experience trauma to ease yourself into a trusting relationship because it is controlled.
It is
And
controlled.
it's being close to someone that is controlled. Oh,
yes,
that is
I know.
really
and
interesting.
To learn to take that power back. So again, recovering from any types of abuse, sexual, physical, psychological, emotional. It also helps improve low self-esteem. Maybe you're struggling with body image, but you go these places, everyone's there for a reason. Everyone's going there for positivity, being yourself and basically overcoming that codependency in relationships. I get it. But it's like everyone's going to want something different and maybe you should try something different every time. And that's probably part of this whole process. Take the whole touch thing away. Teaching people that they have a choice over their body. They've never seen it before. They've never experienced it. It's a very interesting way to look at it.
Sure.
The reasons one seeks out a professional cuddling experience range from average adults seeking connection, maybe those on the autistic spectrum, those healing from sexual trauma or sexual dysfunction, or for even older virgins, to practice touch in a safe environment. Professional cuddling is one of the latest iterations of self-care and wellness, focusing on touch therapy. So since the early 2000s, the field of professional cuddling as a therapeutic tool has transitioned from stigmatized field with pay-for-sex undertones to a legitimate service for healing with proven health benefits.
Makes sense.
Cuddle Party, founded by relationship coaches Reed Mihalako and Maricia Bazinski in 2004 in Manhattan, was one of the first organized groups for those looking to engage in facilitated touch workshops. Now, Cuddle Party trains group cuddle facilitators and hosts parties worldwide from Australia to Utah. And since their incorporation in 2016, Cuddlist has fielded over 5,000 client requests and has trained over 200 practitioners.
Wow. I can understand how it's like an emerging therapy because it does have some connotations of sexual overtones, but everything doesn't have to be sexualized.
But in our world, it is, and this is like refreshing, right?
Yeah, right.
So either one-on-one session with a certified professional cuddler or in a workshop basis where groups of people snuggle up to one another, participants are looking for a natural boost of their oxytocin. Their oxytocin, also known as oxytocin. Nice. Studies have shown that just 20 seconds of mutually engaged touch can trigger the release of oxytocin. So it's that same kind of feel-good hormones that are released when mothers nurse their babies or when you get a great massage or positive and platonic embrace. Yeah, hug. These chemical after effects leave you experienced, nurtured, and connected. In cuddle space, you can be where you are with whatever emotion you're feeling, and no one has any expectations of you. Awesome. I think that's a beautiful thing. I really, really do.
Yeah. I'm a touch person in general. Touchy. I love physical touch. I grew up in a very physically touch household, and I don't mean that in any weird way. It's just my parents always hugged me, and my parents always kissed me, and they always, just patted me on the back or held my hand, and that's how I grew up. And so in my world, that's how I find love because that's how I received love as a child.
Yes.
And I think your love languages have a lot to do with how you received love when you were younger. And so for me, I'm always been like I want touch. And some of my kids like touch and some of my kids don't like touch, which I think is interesting because I think I've always been like a touchy mom.
Yeah, but like everyone has their differences. Yeah.
No, it's a great topic. Thank you. I didn't know anything about this. This is new to me.
Either.
So I think it's a very interesting form of therapy.
I just think it's fun to bring out all the new stuff in January, like when everyone's starting their 2024 and we're going to try all these new things. And it's like, I just wanted to throw a couple different things out there and see what sticks.
Going on to PodNews real quick, you mentioned earlier that we are going to be a part of the Dark Matters podcast festival, which is coming up in February. So if you are in the Chicago area or anywhere in the Midwest and would like to check out a live show, go to REMelations.com/live to learn about our live show on February 24th. But also, earlier tonight, we had a podcast collab that's going to be coming out in a couple months. We were on another podcast, a paranormal podcast, and we were talking about dreams and astral projection and premonition dreams. So yeah, we were working with some other podcasts coming up.
It was so much fun, you guys.
Exciting things. Chit Chat, Chitty Chat, Chit Chat. How was your week?
My week was...
Besides your drama of getting a bottle of wine to you tonight, which if you want to follow along with the drama, you can join our sleepover squad because it is quite the story.
It is, and it is documented the entire journey.
It was like a mini-sode. It was a mini-series of like Brooke's wine journey.
Yes. Brooke decided to get wine at the last minute, not when she left work, but probably 30 minutes.
An hour into the
podcast.
Yes. It was fun.
And so it's all documented, even when... Nope, I'm not going to say anything. Okay. You're just going to have to join the sleepover squad to find out what happens.
How was your week overall?
Well, that was probably the most exciting part of my week. Other than that, more snow, more snow, and more snow. I did play trivia for the first time in a long time. On Tuesday.
I saw that you were at your brother's trivia night.
Yes.
And I do have a video. I have a video I'm going to post on.
How do you have...
Brett, your brother shared a video of you doing a dance, which will be on our sleepover squad if you want to join. REMelations.com/support to see Brooke shaking it. Good fun.
Good fun.
But you said you came in third place? Second place?
Second, Mindy. Second place.
Nice job.
Well, what did you do this week? Tell me what delicious food you made. You always make great dinners.
I made the kids stuffed shells this week. I also made homemade chili.
Mindy, I only asked for one, and you're just...
Homemade bread.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah.
I had a corn dog yesterday, Mindy.
I was feeling kind of like in the Betty Crocker cooking vibe, the cooking mom vibe this week, so I did make some homemade stuff. Real good. Chili was good. Stuffed shells. But I will say my highlight of this week, interestingly, was Mark and I went out a few nights ago just to, get out of the house, had a cocktail, and they were playing on the...
quality time?
Some quality time. Quality time, yes. They were playing on the TV the National Slap Competition. Have you ever seen this?
Believe you just mentioned this. I cannot believe you just mentioned this.
I didn't know this existed.
Because, just listen.
And I don't like it, but go ahead. Or maybe let's explain for Bessie what this slap competition is first.
So there's two guys, and they're usually pretty big dudes, and they have to...
Just the weight levels.
Yes, they have to stand in a little, taped off area on the floor. You can't leave that taped off area. It's like if someone pushed you out of the sumo circle, right? And sure. I don't know all the rules, but you slap each other till one of them either
gets knocked down
or gets pushed out of the square. And my good friend, and now Mindy's good friend, BJ, who helped us on one of our live shows, introduced me
She's the one who introduced you to slap competitions?
She did, because she and her boyfriend watched, because there's this Hawaiian guy and this Samoan guy, and they're Hawaiian.
And they're Samoan.
Yeah, and so they have like this favorite, and so like, oh, it was so funny to watch. I'm like, I kind of really dig this.
Did you? I felt so uncomfortable.
I was like, why? Because it's like pie facing someone. I'm like,
it's just like winding up and slapping someone. But there's a technique. You can tell like where your hand lands on the face and the drag across. But I do not like physical.
I know you don't. You don't like violent
altercations
and
so this is on the bar, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I have to leave the bar because I can't sit here and watch grown men slap each other across the face. I'm trying to eat my chicken wings, my Old Bay dry rub chicken wings that were delicious with a side of tater tots, and I cannot pay attention to my chicken wings when there's grown men slapping each other across the face.
I couldn't look away because I've never seen anything like it.
And they do it in slow-mo, so you can see all the ripples on their face.
I mean, I've watched fighting my whole life because of my brother, whether it was wrestling or UFC or any kind
MMA.
of... Yes, any kind of MMA.
Don't like that.
He knows it all, and he knows all the moves, and it's really fascinating. And he'll be like, oh, that's out. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, he's out. And I'm like, what do you mean he's out? He's awake right now. He's like, he was out for a second. That's a knockout. Like, like how they can tell. Like
nuances of it.
The nuances, like, I mean, someone can be knocked out for like literally 1 second, but the refs can like tell and be like, hey, stop. And Brett's like, it's over. And I'm like, what do you mean it's over? The guy's like kind of rolling around. And he's like, nope. So I've always kind of been, you've had all sisters. So
yes,
I was kind of exposed to whatever my older brother wanted to watch.
Sure. A lot different.
It's a lot different, but yes. So I'm kind of used to that kind of thing.
I don't know who won because at the end I was like, we just have to leave. I can't watch this anymore.
We just have to
Can you put
leave.
on anything else? I just had to go.
Mindy went home
that
and
was
watched.
the highlight, I guess.
Mindy went home and watched
light?
Bravo for the first time in her life. She's like, I need to watch a Real Housewives show.
No. What we ended up watching is we watched Reacher.
Oh, okay.
Which is
Tom Cruise, right?
He did the movie, but there's a Amazon Prime
there's a TV
series
show.
with some massively muscular guy, which they shoot
more.
up people. Like shooting up people, that's fine with me. I don't mind the fake shooting people.
You don't want to see the slow motion ripple.
I just don't want to see. I don't want to see someone actually getting slapped in real life. That's
you don't want to see like that slow motion video of the guy getting the cannonball in his stomach, and his stomach's like,
no, don't need to see it. Awful. All right, Bessie, that wraps up another episode. So do us one favor, and that's to tell your best friend about the podcast. You can tell that person you want to slap. I don't know if that's
just
right.
Give them a heads up that it's coming their way.
Give them a love tap. I love you. Listen to this podcast. Smack. You can tell the person you want to cuddle with at a cuddle party. Yes. Cuddle Sanctuary.
Cuddle Sanctuary.
Yes. Or you can tell your favorite nail tech that has to wax off your nail pubes. Tell them about the podcast. You got time? It takes a little bit of time to wax off those nail pubes off. We appreciate it. Anyone you tell, it helps our podcast grow. We love you for that. Thanks, bestie.
Thank you. Hey, bestie, until next week, try to stay away from that toilet monster.
Yikes.
And sweet dreams, bitches.
I don't even know what kind of sound does a toilet monster make.
It's like, I'm gonna eat your poo-poo and your pee-pee, your peepaw, your pee-poo.